Hi, my name's Cindy Stirrett and I've been asked once again this year to judge the 15-14 art competition. The competition includes art from every P6 pupil from all the Hawick and Denham schools, and they're asked to create a piece of work inspired by the title My Favourite Part of Hawick Common Riding. Within that, we want them to include colour, we want them to include tone and perspective, with tone and perspective there to show a wee bit of dimension to their art and bring that piece alive. It's been pretty stiff competition this year once again. We've got some amazing artists in Hawick and it's just fantastic to be able to see what their thoughts are, what their favourite parts are and how they put that across. First for Drumlanrig is this piece by Autumn Barber. Autumn's picked up on the horseshoe being offset and the flagpole too as they get into the water. She's got great colour, has some good shading in there as well and some good perspective with the hills and the trees in the background. Highly commended for Drumlanrig is this piece of art by Cole Davidson. Cole has used a great piece of colour here, really bright and vibrant, which gives a great contrast to the slice of the cornet that has been put in the side here and this slice at the top of the horse as well, and there's some great shade in there just to give it a wee bit of dimension as well. First for Wilton is Maisie Mcleod. Maisie has used vibrant colour, has given some great tone in the skirt here and has given some great perspective as well, with the road heading off there into the sunset. Highly commended for Wilton is a piece of art by Stefan Siller. Stefan has used paint and sponge effect in the background here, again giving a lovely contrast between the background and the foreground. Stefan's drawings of the horses are fantastic, with some great tone just in here to show where the folds and the creases would be in the legs and so on, just giving some great dimension to those horses. And he's based it on the horses needing a rest when they're doing the ride outs and the pride that's in the followers of the cornet. First for Stirches is a piece by Roxy Ross. Roxy has used watercolour, which is particularly difficult to get used to using, so she's done a great job with that. And she has angled the fence posts just to give that wee bit extra dimension. Highly commended for Stirches is a drawing by Daniel Collins. This is a black and white, but Daniel does deserve a prize for this because it's a great piece of drawing that he's done. He's picked out the horse monument and some of the shading and tone that he's put in there is very good. First for Burnfoot is a drawing by Bailey Duran. I'm going to read what Bailey has written on the back of this. Bailey's written, "The rider fell off the horse, you can see his boots and the dog running to see if he's okay. The flag is caught in the fence and the birds are running away." It's a great piece of imaginative work by Bailey. So you can see the boots here, just at the edge where the rider has fallen off. And just the drawing of the horse is very good. So Bailey's got some great tone in there as well and some perspective with the tree further back and a bit smaller with what's in the foreground that bit bigger. Runner up for Burnfoot is a drawing by Selina Wydrow. Selina has given some great tone and great shading in at the edges here of the planters. Showing where the sun is hitting from this side and there's a bit of shade coming from this side. Again, Selina's picked up on the shade on the fence posts all the way along and has given a bit of dimension there with the small trees in the background and just some great tone and some lovely bright colours. First for Trinity is a painting by Chloe McLeod. And Chloe has given a great composition with 3 horses captured on here, with the third one here just cut off at the edge, which makes it more interesting rather than it being right in the centre. Chloe has given some lovely shading in here as well and given a bit of dimension, showing Hoik among the hills really there, and angled the railings really well and just captured her favourite part of the common riding. Runner-up for Trinity is a piece by Joshua Nottman. This piece is very imaginative, and Joshua has used great colour, put some great tone in it. If you see the lights here, with the way the light comes down, he's used his finger just to smudge that in. He has given great perspective. You've got the buildings in the background here. Even through this window here, you can see the building that's here, you can see it in through this window as well. So Joshua's put a lot of thought into this piece. And there's even a wee dog in the bottom corner here. His flag is in a lovely position with a great fold on it. So it's actually a really interesting piece. First for Denim is a painting by Alex Coulis. Alex has used some great colour, given great dimension with the road heading off there, and some great tone in there as well. So Alex has hit the nail on the head with each of the three things that we were looking for. Runner-up for Denim is a painting by Isabella Wolfe. Isabella has picked out her favourite part of the common riding as being the picnic that she would have. So she's put some great weaving work into this picnic basket here. She has picked out the horses going backwards and getting smaller as they go off into the distance there, with the people really small here cheering them on. So there's some great perspective there, some lovely tone in here, and some great colour. For the most thought-provoking picture, we ask each artist to give a little bit, a few words as to why they've chosen their particular composition. So what has came across massively this year in the wee pieces that the kids have written is that they're very conscious that the common riding has given them time to spend with family. Many of them have mentioned members of their family and friends that have close links to the common riding itself, whether they have been involved as cornets or acting mother and father, cornets lasses, or anything else. But this particular one that we've picked this year is a piece by Ellie Cowan from Drumlanrig School. And what Ellie has said is, "This is my favourite part of Hoyt common riding because my papa, Ian Landels, plays the piano at the Hat, and it means a lot to me to hear his music." Ellie has picked out the musical notes or papa playing in the Hat. You can see them in the window there. She's given great colour. Our tone, our use of tone is fantastic. You can see it up on the roof here of the Hat. You can see it right through every board that she's coloured in, right round the base of each of the wheelie bins there. And she's given fantastic perspective as well, as you can see the roof of the Hat trailing off there into the distance, and then the trees in behind smaller than what's in the foreground. It is a fantastic piece with great composition that you could look at for ages and see something different in. So Ellie Cowan has won the most thought-provoking picture for the 15-14 competition. This year's best overall is a piece of art by Catherine Coombe of Drumlanrig School. The reason I've picked this is because Catherine's use of colour is fantastic. Her tone is excellent. She's not just shaded in where there's light and shade. She's also used our pencils at different angles to create her shade as well. You can see in the grasses they go at different angles just to give that different bit of dimension in there. She's also hit perspective pretty well here with the riders trailing off into the distance here, and they're pretty small at the end here, getting bigger as they come along. And to draw horses is particularly difficult, and Catherine has put a lot of effort into drawing quite a lot of horses here. So our use of pencil here, with this tree coming in at the edge, gives great texture to the tree. Again, on the jacket here, there's great dimension with the lapels and everything being the right sort of size for the piece, keeping it all into the right perspective. She's drawn the horses at the front here front on, and the horses up the side here side on. So she's given great dimension to the whole piece.